Hello again everyone, thanks for joining me on another trip to the mountains. Just headed up to Wasdale. M6 was a bit of a nightmare really, it took me 3.5 hours to get here. Normally takes me about an hour less than that, but never mind. I enjoyed listening to Radio 1 dance classics on the way up. So here we are at Wasdale. You can see behind me, that's Yewbarrow, and I'm heading up into the mountains today. Not sure exactly where. I've got some plans, but they may change depending on the weather, because the weather, although it looks beautiful now, tonight it's forecast to be quite different, with strong winds and even some rain. I couldn't believe I was packing my waterproofs when I got out of the car there, and I just thought, waterproofs, what's going on? But yeah, having seen the forecast, they probably will be required. So I've got the new Hilleberg Akto tent. See how that fares. I'm looking forward to it. Hello again. Well, that's the first bit done. It's about just over 3 miles to here, and it's been really still and warm up to here, but I'm about 1100 feet now, and there's a nice breeze which is welcome, but I'm still thinking what we're going to get at the top of here. So the path diverts here, and I'm going to head that way, which is up to Scoat Tarn. The path up that way heads to Haycock. So Scoat Tarn next. This is hard work. There's no real path here. It's just heading up the side of the moorland, bit of scrambling over the rocks, and just getting on with it. It's quite steep. Well, here we are at Scoat Tarn. That's beautiful here, absolutely beautiful. I've never been here before. I've looked down on it from the ridge up there, but I've never actually been to Scoat Tarn, so it's nice to visit somewhere new. I'm glad of a rest. I'm knackered. I don't know if it's the heat or what, but it's only 2,000 feet here, but I think it's that bog trotting. It's quite it's a bit more tiring than just heading up a proper path. So I'm going to take 5 minutes here, get my breath, and then up there I want to get to Steeple and just see what it's like. It's nice and calm here. Yeah, so far so good. Fantastic. Just looking out back there, back to the Irish Sea. I think that's sea talon there. I'm not sure, but you can see the cloud on the sea there. Fantastic. So that's where I'm heading next. The just following the, I don't even think there's a path, but just following up the side of the stream there, and it's in between Red Pike there and Little Scoat Fell on the left. Looks like a bit of a slog this, but no point moaning about it. Let's get on with it. Oh, tired legs, tired lungs. I often wonder if I'm getting too old for this. Whew. Struggling to speak a bit now. Tiring. You can just see Sellafield there, nuclear reprocessing plant. So probably about halfway up now, and the rest of it looks like that, which is hard work. It would be fun if it wasn't a bit of a challenge. Onwards and upwards. Here we are. I've just reached the top of Mosedale now. Red Pike is there. The Scouthow range there. It's a bit hazy. Moving across to Great Gable and down there into Mosedale. If we come round a bit to Pillar's there, Steeple, Little Scoat Fell I think it is where I'm heading to, and I can look out to sea and I can see the clouds moving in. I'll show you there. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see the cloud moving in off the sea. There's no wind yet though, really, which is good, but anyway, see what we get. So now we're going to head up there, Little Scoat Fell, see what it's like. Well, I've just peeked out on the ridge and I found the wind. Fantastic views though, but that wind's really picked up, and the cloud, I can see it behind the camera there, I can see it rattling in. So conditions may be about to change. There's a steeple there, so I'm just heading up there now. As you can see, there's a wall here, and I wondered if that might offer me some shelter tonight. The wind is supposed to be coming from the southwest, so the wall could be my friend. Let's have a look. Well, here I am at 2,750 feet ish on Little Scoat Fell. First time out in the Hilleberg Akto. There it is. I don't know if I've pitched it that good. I've not had a chance to pitch it before, so it's my first time pitching it as well. I'd normally pitch it in the garden, but I just haven't had a chance. Yeah, So we're on Little Scoat Fell, and I've got in behind this wall, which is pretty good actually. You may be able to hear the wind rattling past, but I'm pretty sheltered here. Oh, there's some people coming. I hope they don't trip over me, guys. I'll warn them about that. But yeah, I'm pretty exhausted actually. I mean, I was up for work at 7:30 and then 6:30, sorry, and then worked till about 12:30, and then 3.5 hours drive up here and then straight up here. So I'm looking forward to sitting down and having a chill out and having something to eat. I don't know what tonight's going to bring, but there is rain forecast. We'll see. The wind's definitely picking up now. I'm just glad I'm sheltered here behind this wall, unless it changes direction, and then whatever. We shall see. So I've got for my tea M&S roasted falafel and spinach wrap. I can't even be bothered making a brew. I'm knackered, so I'm just going to eat this and chill out, I think. So here we are, sheltered behind the wall, up on Little Scoat Fell. So it's my first pitch of the Hilleberg Akto, and the ground here, I've struggled a bit because there's a lot of rocks under the ground. It's like a thin layer of grass, and then the rocks are right just under that. So I've struggled a bit with the pegs, but I've got them in. But I'm not too sure about the pitching, if I'm honest. It doesn't look quite right to me. Let's just have a look. I suppose it's not too bad. I got my my sleeping mat in there, and so that's the guys at this end, and I've got the one at that side. It's sort of jammed in with a rock, but it's pretty secure. It just doesn't look that symmetrical to me, but does that really matter? Probably not. So we'll see how it is to live with. So if I turn round, as usual, I'm pretty much on the edge, but we can't really see a lot because of the mist. That's the little shelter, some shelter at the top there, and that's the path at the other side of the wall, the path there. Well, now that I've had something to eat, I'm ready for a brew. Hopefully nice and sheltered behind this wall, so my jet boat won't keep blowing out like it did last time. That's a noisy old new gas canister. Check out these little shoes that I've got. It's great to get your boots off when you get pitched up, and just let your feet chill out as well. These little things are great. You just got to be careful that when you're next to that edge, there's no grip on them, so you can quite easily slip. Looking forward to this now. So I'm going to have a brew without a view, because it's pretty clagged in. Never mind. So once again, the the lightweight table, also known as a piece of plastic, the legendary lightweight table, comes into its own. I was going to do a full, and probably still am actually going to do a full in-depth review of that. I haven't had time yet, but yeah, all the stats and everything, you know. Cheers. Yeah, can't beat a good brew. Hello. That's a tent, but it's my tent. Sorry, but you're not allowed in that. So it started raining now, so just got inside the tent. Even before it was raining, it's just really damp. That mist blowing in from the Irish Sea, it's got a real damp feeling to it anyway, so you can probably hear the rain now. So yeah, so we'll see what the night brings. I'm quite happy behind this wall. It's providing a real lot of good shelter. So pitched the tent. I'm not sure about that bit there. I thought it would be more flat, more down to the ground, but it's not. Maybe it's me that's pitched it wrong. I don't know. Apart from that, everything seems fine. I just wanted to talk to you a bit about my planning process for this trip. I started planning really right at the beginning of the week. I've been watching the weather all week. I've been watching the weather. I've been looking on Google Earth. I've been up here before. I've done the Mosedale horseshoe a couple of times. I sort of know the area a bit. But I've been looking on Google Earth, checking the terrain. I've been looking at old photographs that I took last time I was up here. I've been checking the maps. Yeah, all week really. I've just been sort of learning about the area. I mean, some people maybe think that I just decide the same day and just head up into the mountains and get on with it, but it's a lot different to that. There's quite a bit of preparation goes on. I don't really think of it as preparation because it's something that I always do, but yeah, I even coming up tonight, I was looking for potential places to, if I had to turn back, that I could pitch up, look a bit lower down, because I'm at 2,700 feet here and it's pretty high. But there might have been more sheltered places further down, but hopefully I'm going to be alright here behind this wall. And probably that rain now, which was forecast. I think it's supposed to brighten up about lunchtime tomorrow, so I'm in no rush to get back. I'll just see how it goes and see how I feel. But I am tired. I think that rush to get up here after work. Not the best preparation really, but hey, who cares? I'm here now, chilling out, listening to the rain. I doubt there'll be any pretty pictures on this one, but we shall see. Good morning, folks. Well, that was a wet, miserable night, and I've just had a look at the forecast on my phone, and it's forecast to be a wet, miserable day today as well. soaking wet. I've gone out of the window with this wall. I'm really pleased with that. It seems quite gusty in the night, but it's been fine here. Just the noise of the rain. It's that drizzly type stuff that just seems to wet you through. So everything's soaking wet outside of the tent. I'm fine inside, nice and dry in here, warm enough. So yeah, I can't really get motivated to do anything. So I'm just going to carry on chilling out, stick some music on, and just hang around for a bit. I'll show you outside. There's not much to see really, but I'll let you have a look. Just lots of grey, wet miserableness. So it's 8:15 now, and I think I'm going to start the messy task of packing up a wet tent. I'll drop my sleeping mat and try and get as much stuff as I can bagged up in the tent before I actually get out there, and then it's a case of wrapping the tent up and putting it all into the rucksack. I'll have to get my waterproof jacket and trousers on as well. So there we are, all packed up on Little Scoat Fell. Nothing left there, all nice and tidy as if I'd never even been here. So now just going to head back down and enjoy the views. I'm just getting near the summit of Red Pike now, and I found a bit of a sheltered spot here. Wind direction's changed today. It's blowing from the north and it's quite a bit cooler. But I just wanted to mention about trekking poles. Trekking poles. When I first started walking, I thought I don't need trekking poles. I'm not old. Well, I am old, but you know, I'm quite good on my feet. I've got quite a good balance. I don't need trekking poles. What do I need them for? But when I was out with a guide, I was descending some scree on Skye, and he just said, you know, how good they were for descending and taking the pressure off your knees. So since then I got a pair of trekking poles, and I've used them ever since. I think what they do, they take a bit of pressure off your knees. They give you more of an upper body workout. When you first start using them, you'll definitely feel it in your shoulders and your arms the day after. So it is a bit of a workout for your upper body. But today I'm using the trekking poles today because it's really damp and these stones are really slippy. If I was to have a slip up here, I could have a minor injury, or I could have something a bit more serious where I need help and I can't carry on. And I don't want to be calling out mountain rescue for anything if I can help it. Things can happen and anyone can have an accident, but I just want to take all the right precautions and make sure that I minimise the risk of having to call someone out for assistance. So the trekking poles, they just help me with the stability today, especially over the slippy rocks. And here we are at the summit of Red Pike. Not sure the height of this one, I'll put it in the description. But yeah, looking down into the abyss down there. The views from up here normally would be amazing, down into Mosedale down there and the Scouthow, Great Gable, but yeah, not today, never mind. So the skies have started to clear briefly. That's looking across to Scoat Fell there, panning round to Yewbarrow. I'm going to head down this path here. I've not been down that one before, so again it's a new route for me. It's not too far. Oh, it's beautiful now the skies have cleared. And if we pan around a bit more, you can just see down to Wasdale there. So I'll sign off for now, guys. Hope you've enjoyed my video. I'd just like to say that I'm not a professional mountain guide. I've no qualifications in mountaineering, but I'm just letting you know from my own personal experience, things I've picked up and learnt over the 5 years I've been doing this. Again, the trekking poles is a good one. But I would also advise, if you are going to come out into the mountains, just do a bit of planning first. It sounds quite boring, but the planning can be fun. I mean, it can build the excitement before you actually start to do the trip. And the mountain rescue teams at the minute, I think they're on the verge of being overwhelmed, probably by people who want to enjoy the mountains haven't done any planning and maybe haven't any experience or very little experience in the mountains, and they can be dangerous places. People die in the Lake District on the mountains every year, so don't underestimate them, and I would advise just to do a bit of planning, and it certainly make your trip more enjoyable as well. So that's it for today's adventure. I really enjoyed it despite the weather. An adventure is an undertaking where you don't know what's going to happen, and there's an element of risk to it, which there always is in the mountains. So yeah, a great little adventure. Had a mess about with my new tent, that was good. I really enjoyed it. How can you not enjoy being in places like this?